how come like every click goes like a million years into the future? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna avoid clicking and we're just gonna start here. Okay, so now we are in game number 4 on Tau Cross. I'm sorry about that. Apparently, like, when I move my mouse a millimeter, it goes like 30 minutes into the future. So that's suboptimal. So looks like Bisu is going to be on the left side at the 9 o'clock position, and Larva will be at the 5 o'clock position. And more importantly, this is problematic. Bisu is about to lose. Okay, he's not about to lose. Okay, you know what? I still have full faith that Bisu can win the next 2 games and be fine. I think we're okay. I think all he needs to do is make a freaking. Oh my god! I was gonna say all he needs to do is make a freaking wall, but I just remembered walling PvZ on Tau Cross is impossible. It is impossible to wall on this map. Oh my god! I cannot tell you how many ladder games I've played on this map where I'm just like, these buildings, they don't work. And you know why they don't work? Let me tell you why. Because the walls at the natural on Tau Cross are diagonal. And diagonals do not work in Brood War. You cannot do things diagonally. Diagonally, like, have you ever seen a sunken shooting diagonally? It gains like 58 range. Alright? A sunken shooting diagonally actually has almost infinite range. Okay? When you make a wall diagonally, you know, it's not ultralisk tight. Okay? Walls in Brood War, they don't work. You have to have straight lines. You can't have diagonals. It just doesn't work. And that's why it's impossible to wall on Tau Cross. So I hope Bisu figures something out here. Because if Larva goes for all that Zergling shenanigans again, this could be problematic. Anyway. Somebody in the chat just said 7 pool. Is that what happened here? I don't think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure this wasn't a 7 pool. It doesn't look like a 7 pool to me. But okay. That looks okay. That looks reasonable, assuming that it's tight on the bottom, which I'm not 100% convinced it is. I am not at all convinced that is Zergling tight on the bottom of the wall, but we'll see what happens. We do see Larva making a 3rd base at that close 3rd. Now that base is very exposed. So the other thing about this map is the close 3rd base, which is a gas base, but has like no defensible terrain features. It's just open ground, completely open to the rest of the map. Very easy to attack for both sides. So when if a Zerg tries to take a 3rd here, as Larva's doing, it's very hard SimCity. And similarly for the Protoss, he has to have a pretty big army to be able to defend that base, which sort of makes it not as good for the style of PvZ nowadays, or where you want to have a nice defensible 3rd base position for both races, really. Although it's interesting, Larva opted to take the close 3rd instead of taking the far away 3rd, because on 3-player maps like this, it's actually oftentimes advantageous for the Zerg to play defensively. I mean, like normally on other maps, like 4-player maps, if it does go to super late game and it becomes split map, it's actually decent for Protoss if you can just get even bases. But obviously on a 3-player map, you can't get even bases. So if the Zerg actually takes the natural early and splits the map 2/3 in his favor, obviously that will go very, very, very well for him in the long run. But Larva seems to have found success so far in going for these very early aggressive builds, so I suppose that's not really a concern for him. Rather, in this case, taking the close 3rd, you know, if he's going to be making a lot of units early on, it will be defended just fine and will probably even be better, actually, because he has less to worry about. Now, Dr. Shrinker, a trustworthy Protoss source, is telling me that the wall is tight below the forge, so I guess that's good. And the commentator just freaked out about something which I wasn't paying enough attention to. What's happening? Okay, the core is spinning. Was there just like no Stargate and this is a Goon all in? Was that what they were freaking out about? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see what happened in the main base. Or are they just freaking out about the lack of a 2nd cannon? Man, see, that's why I was looking at the chat and I don't know what they've just freaked out about. I assume it's not a Goon all-in. That would be far too risky a build when you're down 1-2 in this series. I'm pretty sure that's just going to be +1 air attack. But this observer guy's not clicking the main again, so I'm not really sure. I'm sorry about that. I missed the crucial screen of what was going on. Okay, no, this is Corsair. Okay, so it's none of that. None of that. We're fine. We're good. So Zealot's coming in here to the third, gonna force a drone pull. Of course they're gonna go to the main, not gonna see anything too interesting. I believe there's a fourth hatchery already at the natural of the Zerg. So, so we're fine. And there's the fifth hatchery at the third base there. The Zealot's got like a nice little annoying position. The Corsair's gonna kill one Overlord at least here before the Scourge get out. So, so that's pretty nice. But that's all. The Zerg should be comfortable, or should be okay with losing one Overlord to the first Corsair. That's gonna happen a lot. So we've got a bit of a SimCity here. And, ooh, we've got some Sayle Reaver. Oh, maybe that's what they were freaking out about earlier. Maybe they saw the Robo. Ooh, interesting. This is actually very interesting to me. Of course, I love seeing Sayle Reaver in action. I'm not 100% convinced, though, that Tau Cross is the best map for it. There's not that much terrain to really abuse. There is a bit of, like, high ground area around the side and the back of your natural that the Reaver can scoot around. Similarly, behind the third, there's, like, a bit of a mountainy thingy that kind of blocks vision, but otherwise, it's not too much stuff. I suppose the main base also, given that it's just got that narrow wall thing around it that goes around, gives you a lot of openings to go into the main base. But the problem with this, I think, is that it's going to be really hard for Bisu to take a third, because going Sayle Reaver really benefits from having an easily defensible third base. You know, in particular, you'll see it a lot on maps like Electric Circuit that have a protected mineral only. Even on Mist, I think it would have been better, where you can take that back base, even though it's slightly exposed. The minerals can be harassed by Hydras. You can just park some Reavers on the inside, I think. Whereas here, you know, I mentioned earlier that because the third base is so open, you generally need a fairly strong ground army to even be able to hold the close third base. Now, even though Reavers are going to support your army, when you go Sayle Reaver, your actual gateway army is going to be much smaller than it otherwise would be. So this is making me a little bit nervous, but if anyone's going to be able to have the mechanics to pull off a strategy like Sayle Reaver, it's going to be Bisu. So I guess we'll see what happens here. I should have some faith in Bisu's Corsair play, I suppose. And I don't think Larva's aware of this just yet. You know, the +1 Sayres in the beginning do not necessarily indicate Sayle Reaver, especially nowadays. They're very, very popular. There's all sorts of things you can do with them. You can go for fast speed +1 speed lots as well to control the map. That sort of thing. That's a style that Bisu also popularized. But oh, he sees the shuttle. He sees the shuttle going out, so now he knows. I think he saw it. I think that Zergling was patrolling, but yeah, it looks like he definitely saw it. And if he intercepts this shuttle, that would be a crushing start for Bisu. That would just be absolutely horrible. Although it looks like Bisu was actually pulled the shuttle inwards a lot more than Larva expected. Larva is going all the way to the right side to intercept, but the shuttle actually swooped in all the way on the inside. Oh, it's going to be close, but he does get into the main base. I think does he have a Reaver already, or does he just have Zealots? He does have a Reaver already, and here we go. Going for the drones, gets one shot off. The Scourge are taken down here. I guess that was a pretty stupid question to me, actually, asking whether he had the Reaver there. It wouldn't really make any sense for him to just go with Cells now, would it? Oh, I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyway, pretend that didn't happen. There are no such thing as stupid questions. Only stupid people asking them. Or, no wait, that's not how it goes. Anyway, we have a Reaver here at home as well to defend. That's actually a very crucial... oh my god, oh my god! Oh man, if Larva was paying a bit more attention there, I think he probably could have got the shuttle. But he just had his Hydra's aim moving upwards. But yeah, that Reaver actually being left of the cannon is actually quite crucial, because I cannot tell you how many times I've seen Cal and Pro League go Sayle Reaver, move out with his first Reaver, and then the Zerg just Hydra busts him because he has nothing at the natural to defend. Ugh, it is just so horrible. Anyway, looks like DT guy also coming down here to the third base. Of course, DT's lovely complement to this strategy because you already have all the +1 Sayres. A very common trick that players will do is often to go for the Reaver drop first in the main and then drop DTs in the main as well, which can be absolutely devastating to the Zerg if they're not paying attention. Looks like this DT actually can't figure out how to walk into the mineral line. Wow, and actually will just walk to his death there. So slight blunder there from Bisu. I think he just kind of shift right clicked around behind the minerals, assuming the DT could get into the drone line, but didn't actually work out for him. So so that's not going to work out. But here we go. As I said, DT into the main. No Overlord in the main. How fast is Larva's reaction going to be? He should expect this, though. He really should see this coming. But oh, it looks like unfortunately for him, he's paying attention to the Hydralisk at the front. Oh no, losing all of the drones in the main mineral line. Who's paying way too much attention to these Hydras. and has taken pretty significant damage there. So nice win here for Bisu. Is in fact going to lose his Spire as well. Oh, that is such a pain in the butt. Oh, DTs are OP. And oh, we might get a High Templar though. Oh, nice little snipe. Is he gonna get sandwiched? Slight Zealot sandwich. Somehow only loses a single Hydra. I thought he would definitely lose a few more. But that DT with his 7 drone kills and 1 Spire kill is gonna get chased down here. Although the Corsair is gonna try and retaliate by killing a couple Overlords though. Overlord speed is done, so it's not gonna be so easy. And looks like the Corsair is going to swing back around. Although that is a ton of Hydras going out. Oh my god, I really hope Bisu has 2 Reavers to defend that 3rd base. Looks like he's got a good number of speed lots. The speed lot's very going to buffer for the Reavers here. So this is actually going to be kind of a running battle here where when the Reavers drop, the Hydras need to back up. Although, well, I say that, but he's going for it because Bisu drops in a horrible position. Oh my god, Bisu with possibly the worst Reaver drop there I've ever seen him do. I have no idea what the hell that was. He was completely to the side of the Zealots. He was not protected by them at all. And Bisu now might have to just give up this 3rd base. Oh my god, what the hell was that? That was like Tyson level. That was... Okay, maybe not Tyson level. Okay, let's not go too overboard. You know, that was Jaehoon level of Reaver control. He didn't go full Tyson yet, but that was pretty darn close. And Bisu, who after that DT drop was in a great position, is now suddenly in a god-awful position. He's kind of stuck in his main. He lost his Reaver. You need splash damage to deal with mass Hydras. But you know, because he went to Reaver, his Templar's a bit late, so they don't have enough energy yet. They don't seem to even have Storm yet. He's got 1 more Reaver at the natural. But oh my god, Bisu, is he gonna lose? I swear to god, if Bisu gets 3-1 by Larva, I don't even, like, that can't be possible. That's just not possible, right? Oh man, he's trying to take a hidden base. See, now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the sign of desperation. That is the sign of a Protoss who knows he is screwed and just can't give in. He just wants to just try these shenanigans, but he knows deep down inside that he messed up, that he done goofed, and the Zerg is probably going to win the game. Now, having said that, Bisu actually has a pretty big army at his natural. I'm a little bit surprised, actually. His macro's been pretty on form here. That is a butt ton of units. He actually just killed all the buildings there himself so he can get out. And this is actually not that many Hydras. I actually don't understand how Bisu has this many units. This is actually very surprising. I think Bisu actually is going to be fine now. Wow, I cannot believe he has this many units coming out. And you know what? This is actually very interesting. Oh, well, unless he kills his own shuttle. Wait, was there a Reaver in there? Oh my god, that had... Oh, no, the Reaver's in the back. Okay. Okay, that could have been disastrous. That was bad, but not disastrous. If the Reaver's in there, that would have been disastrous as well. But see, this is the thing, is that a lot of times when Protoss are in this situation, they just panic. You know, they end up getting like 3,000 minerals because they're contained and they can't spend all their money because they don't have enough gateway, so they make a hidden base, but then they can't break out of the contain. The Beast was like, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I messed up on the Reaver control. That's alright. That's alright. He just macroed up, you know. Thought about taking a hidden 3rd, but, you know, I got scouted. No big deal. He's just going to come out with, like, a butt ton of goons. Man, that is so many goons. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now, he's going to have to position things perfectly here because he has no shuttle with which to protect the Reaver. But he's got a lot of goons. Now, goons are going to protect the Reavers actually very, very well with their range damage support. And, man, Hydra's going to get the Hydra's going to get annihilated here if he goes in. Wow, look at that. Easy defense for Bisu there. Between the Storms, Goons, and the Reavers, this composition is actually absolutely deadly. There was actually a short period where Stork would like every PvZ open with Sayle Reaver, but very quickly switch back into a big Goon Templar army and basically have Goon Templar Reaver, very strong composition, and just go for like big attacks. And it was actually really cool because the Reavers really provide a lot of backbone. Storms can occasionally be dodged, but it's a lot harder to dodge Scarabs. You know, and the Scarab can keep firing. You know, they're not reliant on energy. You can just keep building them as long as your Reavers are alive. So they're a lot more sustained splash damage than the High Templars are. And here we go. The big attack down to the Zerg's natural here. Bisu coming out with the hammer. And as long as he doesn't just suicide the shuttle with the Reavers, as long as he doesn't suicide the shuttle with the Reavers, he's going to be okay. I think he'll be fine. I think actually even if he lost the Reavers now, he would win. GG from Larva and Bisu. Bisu flirting with death there. Skirting with death. What the hell does that mean? Bisu was on the edge. He was on the brink of being knocked out of the SSL and breaking Bisu Dagger's heart. And the hearts of many, many fans out there. But he is still alive. And we're going to a final game. I don't think anybody expected this. You can see how scared Bisu looks like that. Look how nervous he is. He's so shocked that this was not a 3-0. And I think... oh man, I'm at a loss for words here because I definitely thought Bisu would just absolutely crush Larva here. But Bisu, I don't know what's going on. Like, he doesn't really seem to be playing his full form, especially that last game where he just had the horrible Reaver positioning. I mean, it's just I don't know if he's just really nervous or something. I don't know if Larva just like has been playing some sick mind games before the match or something because they're teammates or something. I don't know, if there's any kind of behind the scenes sabotage going on.